Howdy, howdy. Chest and triceps today, as in the title. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing, awfully that much, right? I'm kind of going back and forth with dumbbells and incline bench, right? Incline bench sounds fun, sounds cool. It's more of a compound too, so I'm hitting more, I guess, on it. Not really. And I also want to hit a shoulder press because I watched Jesse James West's newest video. I think it's one of his newest videos. I don't really know. I don't keep track of him as much as I used to. But it was with C-Bum, and he was like saying his top 10 exercises or whatever. And he said the shoulder press, which I did not think, right? C-Bum being a bodybuilder, and his point was also just being like, you know, rather than machines, you know, dumbbells help you with like joint health, and I need that probably more than, you know, whatever not. But, you know, it's weird. A lot of bodybuilders, like Jeff Nippert, he was doing the cable, like kind of deadlift things, where it's like the rowing platform and you can put your feet down, but he was doing like deadlifts on it, which I've done that before, but it was like for lower back, not for like a deadlift. It was like just for like lower back isolation, but he was doing like a whole deadlift. But C-Bum's thing was deadlifting just with the barbell, and I'm like, as a bodybuilder, that's like one of the last movements you would think that you would want, right? Because it's like, because everyone said, and I think even he said back forever ago, he was like, the risk is way higher than the reward is on deadlifts, especially for like bodybuilders. So I mean, it's just weird how you see like people's perspective changes, or just like different perspectives and opinions on different things like exercises. Because one guy might tell you, hey, this thing is only good for powerlifting. Hey, this thing's actually really good for everything in general. So, I don't know. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I'm not doing deadlifts ever. I'm going to do RDLs, but not deadlifts. Deadlifts are its own whole their own creature, and things I don't want to be involved with necessarily. But I think I'm going to be doing some incline bench with a barbell. Maybe. I'm still contradicting that, and I'm still like back and forth on it. I might just go to dumbbells, because I've been doing a lot of the machine press, and those are fun. The machine press is always fun, and I like seeing my numbers go up on it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I still got to figure it out. Shoulder pressing, I think I'm going to 100% do that today. I might do like a incline dumbbell, and then go to a fly and everything else, and do another pressing of some sort, another fly, and then go to shoulder press. And then I'll do my tricep movements, because on that shoulder press, I'm using a lot of just tricep too. But depending on how I see it, or how it goes today, I'll see how I want to reorder the exercises. But for sure, always doing chest first. That's like the one thing that you guys should know also about the gym that a lot of people don't talk about. The way you do things matters too. Not how you do exercises, but how you order them. If you have a lacking chest compared to your triceps, like me, my triceps are a lot better. Not a lot better, but they're better than my chest is. So if I want to prioritize my chest, I should do chest first, because I have the most amount of energy in the beginning, right? Same with, you know, vice versa. If I want to focus on my triceps more, do triceps first. But I mean, triceps isn't as fatiguing as chest is. So honestly, even if you do have, you know, like a lacking tricep, a good chest, maybe you should still do chest first. But I'm kind of contradicting myself by saying that. But it's like, your triceps are going to be fine compared to your chest. Because I remember there was this one time I hit a lift with a dude about a year and a half ago, whatever, and we were hitting a chest and tricep day, and we did like some pressing, and then we did incline dumbbells last, I think, that day. But before it, we did like a tricep, like what is it, like a tricep push down or whatever, supersetted with like this overhead machine. That was a go-to machine. I loved that gym, but I don't go to it anymore. But I remember I was doing the pressings, and I was only doing 65s, and it was at the end and this was when I was weaker. Obviously, it was a couple years ago or whatever. And the one thing about it was, I remember my triceps literally gave out during that chest movement. Like, I couldn't push the dumbbells up because my triceps were so fatigued. Like, my chest felt fucking fine, but my triceps, not so much. So I think personally, and it's just because my triceps are probably better than my chest also, I'm always going to hit chest first. And I think chest is more fun, so I'd rather hit it first. But, you know, it's kind of a thing you got to figure out for yourself on your own journey of lifting weights, you know? So, at the end of the day, do whatever's fun for you and what the best is for you, because you're not going to keep at it if it's not fun. Right? I don't think the gym is going to be fun every day. Absolutely not. But you should at least enjoy it while you're there. Right? And certain movements are going to be less fun than others, but usually the less fun ones sometimes are more rewarding, right? Like, I don't know what's like an example. Like, trying to think of an example. Like an RDL, I don't think an RDL is as fun as maybe like a I don't know, like a row on some sort. But the RDL is hitting my back also, and hitting hamstrings, and my hamstrings are going to be brutalized. My hamstrings aren't too sore, so I might start doing that more, like doing like the 6 set, 7 set, 8 sets of hamstrings. But I'll kind of have to figure that out with my own journey as well, because that's the cool thing about lifting is you learn so much each and every day. Not always, but if you are trying to keep track of your lifts and you're listening to your body and kind of like seeing what your body does during a movement and how it feels, if you're a conscious human being, you should know what movements feel really good for yourself, right? That's one thing I never understood as a guy who's been in the gym for 5 years or whatever, and he still doesn't really know what he wants to get to first. That's something I've never understood. I'm not saying that I don't struggle with getting to certain movements first or whatever, because it's more the fact that which one would I rather do, rather than I don't know what I'm going to hit at all. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go to bench press or I'm going to go to a fly first, you know, or something. I think you should kind of know I'm either going to hit dumbbell incline or machine incline, and then kind of go based off of that. But I mean, it's just little things. I mean, once you get in there, you kind of figure it out. But I have my own kind of program I like to go off of. But enough yapping. Let's get in there. Let's train heavy. Let's train intense. Let's train hard. Of course.
First, we got some incline dumbbell bench, and pretty much the whole point of this exercise is just to hit the upper chest pec, and pretty much try to go train heavy. I trained a little too heavy. I was trying to get a PR here, so I only got a couple reps, but train around the 4 to 8 rep range. Make sure you feel great squeeze and a good stretch on this exercise. Now we have a pec deck. This day I did a little bit heavier. I'll tell you guys at the end of the workout once you guys get to that speech at the end. But pretty much keep your elbows as straight as you can. Try to touch your elbows together rather than your hands. But training the 5 to 12 rep range for this can do a really good squeeze and a good stretch on this one. Next we just have a lower pec, middle pec kind of press. One of my more favorite moves. I like to isolate it, but the next couple of sets I did 2 hands rather than 1 hand at a time. But this allows you just to get a great contraction, a great squeeze at the top. Train a little bit heavier in this one, but still go a little bit lighter, if that makes sense. I only train about 70 pounds because this machine's pretty heavy as well. but train around the 5 to 8 rep range in this. Next, we just got a shoulder press with dumbbells. I haven't done this movement in a while, so I trained a little lighter than usual than I used to for this one. But try to keep your elbows in rather than just straight out. But you don't have to have them all the way in, but comfortably. And make sure you touch those dumbbells at the bottom of your shoulders. Next movement here is a tricep push-down with the easy bar. One of my favorite movements for a tricep. Train heavy with these, progressive overload with these. So go slow on the way up, explode on the way down. Make sure you're keeping your elbows more into your body. So squeeze your elbows in, but not uncomfortably. For our last movements, other than the wrist curls that I'm going to show you guys, we just got some skull crushers. One of my other favorite movements. Kind of go a little lighter with these because your elbows are definitely make it a lot of damage if you go heavy with these. Keep your elbows in as always, but not uncomfortably. And then after you can't do those type of reps I'm doing just now, go on the way down and then convert it into a press. And then after you can't do the kind of the way on the down, just turn it into a pressing movement. You'll understand more as you watch it.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're done. I just went to this place called O3 Fitness. It's right in front of me, but I can't turn my camera around since I'm using, whatchamacallit, the iPhone camera. So, but, I mean, I guess I could, but then I have to restart. I'm not, whatever. I'm babbling off again, as I usually do on these videos. But, this O3 Fitness place, really cool place. They have BPC 157, which is an oral thing, which I thought it was like a injectable thing, but I guess they don't because I talked to the guy in there. His name's Zach, really cool guy. He was like saying, oh, we sell steroids, pretty much like that kind of thing. Like that's what they don't want on their kind of like quote unquote record for everything. But pretty cool place, I gotta say, you know. But lift was pretty good today. Pump was decent. Everything went well. Strength, I did a lot more weight today than usual. Not because I 100% totally could, but because I wanted to see what I could do. So I did the 100 pounds on the dumbbells, which I haven't done since my last bulk. And the thing is that sucks about, I was repping those out for like 8 or 7 or whatever it was. I was really strong in my bulk, like the peak bulk. I looked so fat. I had abs, sorta, but like, I'm a lot leaner now than I was then, and I feel better, and I look better, you know, so I might get up to that point, I don't know, maybe like a little less, but strength-wise, just kind of see how it goes with everything, but pretty much, we're doing pretty well on everything. Strength-wise, feeling good, looks-wise, I'm feeling good, you know. Can't really complain. I mean, I was cutting, and the one thing I did wrong with cutting, and I might still be, if I learned how to do it properly, because now I understand fully, I might have still been 178, right? 180. But the only thing that I did wrong on my cut was I didn't prioritize carbs. I was eating 300 carbs a day. Now I'm eating 500, 600, 700 sometimes a day. And I'm going to boost that up to 800, 750, 800. And I'm going to try to get that. Now, it's a little hard sometimes to, do that sometimes. But it's just prioritizing eating as much as I can. That's a lot of rice and just a bunch of stuff I can do, I can't complain about it, because at the end of the day, it's up to me what I do with my life, right? And that's plain and simple, right? If I choose not to eat carbs, I'm gonna probably look and feel crappy, right? If I eat a bunch of carbs, I'm probably gonna feel and look really good, right? But that matters from if it's sugary carbs too, right? If I could get 800 carbs easy a day if I chugged a gallon of chocolate milk every day, right? I do drink chocolate milk, right? Don't get me wrong, but I'm probably drinking a serving or two, maybe a day, right? So I'm not like getting so many sugary carbs, but the one thing that's great about, just carbing up and everything before your lifts, you just feel, like I said, you feel better, and you look like, when I say you look better, you might look a little bit more puffy in the midsection if you eat a lot more carbs, but your veins, dude, your veins pop so much. Like, that's the thing I did wrong. What's crazy is me bulked up, I have more veins showing now than I did when I was clean, right? My midsection was smaller and just like I had more abs, like, popping out and stuff, but I have, I have way more veins now than I did, right? I don't have more veins, but I have more veins showing, which is like so dope. Like, that's just having your veins show and seeing like your striations and stuff, and then just like everything else along with it. That's such a cool feeling. Like, that's why I wished I was like more tan, because you just look better, right? If I looked tan and then ate more carbs when I was cutting, dude, I looked crazy. But I looked flat and I looked skinnier because obviously I lost body fat, but it didn't show I lost body fat. It looked like I got smaller because I wasn't eating the sufficient amount of carbs. So, I'm going to test it out, right? I want to eat like 1,000 carbs for a week and see how I feel, right? And if I feel great doing that, depending on how much that costs, because if I can get, that's a lot of carbs, man. That's a lot. Because like I eat rice packets, Ben's Original, because they're so easy to make. I just toss them in the microwave for a minute, 30 seconds, and then they're already done. Right? That's much more convenient for me than making a batch of rice that I might not potentially make right, and then I might over make or under make, and then guess what? Well, shoot, I ran out of rice, and then I gotta weigh it all out because I don't know how much rice. I don't even like plain rice either. I like cilantro rice and jasmine rice, which I guess is plain rice. But the cilantro rice, I love that stuff. And to make that, you need like the cilantro pieces and everything and whatnot. And that's complicated if you're just trying to make some rice. You know what I'm saying? So like, why would I overstimulate myself on some rice? That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Why would I do such a thing to myself? I don't know. But we had a good day today. We're having a great day. I worked in the morning again. I've been working in the mornings. I've been doing that Tuesday through Thursday because today is Thursday. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. The thing I think is kind of crazy is I'm pretty sure it is just the carbs. I have not felt weaker or anything while working in the mornings also, right? So, like, carbs are your friend, guys. If you are not eating carbs, dude, you're missing out on so much gains. Like, quite seriously, I never knew that carbing up was that important, right? I knew it was somewhat important, but I only ate like 100 carbs, 80 carbs before the gym. And I seen some guy yesterday in the comment section that was like, in a comment, not in my comment section, but in a comment section that was like, oh, 60 carbs, 60. It was like carbing up before your workouts and, whatever the post was. And this guy was 60 carbs before my gym, and then like, or before the gym, and then like a heart. And it's like, bro, up that up by like 140. dude, you're gonna feel so much better and be so much stronger during your workouts. Like, straight up, bro. Like, that's the craziest thing. Like, the little things that you don't know entirely about lifting, it's just like things like this you learn. And that's the great thing about lifting, is you learn these things while you're doing it, right? I didn't know that for the longest time, and I probably missed out on some great gains. But now that I'm more informed about just lifting and everything else, I feel greater from it, and I'm gonna keep progressing, and I'm gonna keep getting better. That's the whole goal with all of this, right? It's just to get better. But if your goal is to bodybuild or power lift or whatever, we all have one goal, which is just to get better at the end of the day. Nothing more to that. That's what life's about, I think, personally. It's just getting better and being a stronger and more disciplined person each and every day, right? But enough yapping for me today. I've already been yapping for 8.5 minutes on this car ride. And I'm surprised I haven't got pulled over ever from a cop maybe seeing me record on my phone, because they might think I'm like on a call and I'm just looking at my phone the whole time, which, I am looking at my phone maybe a little too much. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and keep going, guys. Whether you're going through something or not, I hope you get better, and I hope it gets better. Bye-bye.